This, if you don't already know, is a Lamborghini Gallardo LP560-4. The LP designates how the engine is mounted. The 560 stands for 560 brake horsepower, and the 4 stands for the fact that it has all-wheel drive. But all those numbers and titles don't really make up what it actually is. What it is an intangible. All things to all men. It's beautiful. It's outrageously expensive, but it is absolutely beautiful.
Now granted, this is not a hard car to like, and it's certainly not a hard car to love. But I can see that it would be a hard car to live with every day. I spent all of yesterday driving it around, and I gotta tell you, by the end of the day, I was absolutely exhausted. Like, you know how in movies when you see James Bond like driving an Aston Martin, or, you know, when they're driving a sports car like really hard and somewhere, you know, to get away from the bad guys or to pursue the bad guys, whatever. The thing you don't understand is driving that way is exhausting, and it takes it right out of you. And that's exactly what this car did to me. But it allowed me to kind of see it for what it really is. I mean, yes, it is easy to drive, and it's very easy to go fast in. But when you've got to be with it every day, it's like having a roommate who's a crackhead. Like, you can only live with that person for so long before you just can't do it anymore, and you have to just go somewhere like to your parents' house and take a nap just to get away. I mean, yeah, they are the life of the party, and you are going to have some adventures, but you know what? Along with those highs, you are going to feel some lows. But one of them won't be fuel economy or a shortage of friends. So shifting's a little rough. I'm in auto mode right now. Don't worry, I'm going to be in paddle shifter mode. I just kind of want to drive around town to see what it's like. Being inside it, of course, is what you would expect. It's really nice. You know, it's all leather and more leather, and there's some metal here, and then more leather. It's quiet, which is nice. Like, I even have the AC on right now, which is also another exotic car no-no. You're supposed to drive with the AC off because you need every ounce of power. It's funny, because everything that Lambo has done on the interior, I like. But all the things that Audi has done, I don't know why I air quoted that. It literally is Audi who has done the rest of it. I don't really like. It's got Audi's MMI thing, which people tell me is actually one of the better ones around, but I still don't like it. It's got Audi's climate control, which I think is right out of an A4, quite possibly. But the shifts are kind of rough. Even in auto mode, they're harsh. I mean, in the 458, the shifts are harsh, but in comparison, they are a smack of the bottom to the Gallardo's prison shiv to the kidneys shifts. Now, in terms of dimensions, the Gallardo is 171 inches long, which is basically about the same size as a Honda Civic. It's got a V10 with 560 brake horsepower, and it weighs 3,300 pounds. Now, to give you an idea of where that kind of fits in the car range, or for people who don't just have random car weights stuck in their head, an Audi A3 weighs 3,400 pounds and makes about 200 brake horsepower. That's not a lot in comparison with the fact that this thing makes 560 and weighs 100 pounds less. The other thing I like that Lambo has done with the interior is anything that doesn't have a picture associated with it is written in Italian. Like, the fuel gauge says benzina, which I really hope that's fuel, because if not, then I've been misleading myself in terms of gas mileage. Oh, gas mileage. For a V10, this thing gets amazing gas mileage. I'm not crapping you. I was on the freeway. Now, granted, I kept it under 70. But in 6th gear, at 70 miles an hour, I was able to maintain anywhere from 24 to 28 miles per gallon. And clearly, you know, as the road inclines or declines or whatever, you know, your gas mileage is going to change. And the person who drives it also affects that. And the fact that it's a V10, and who can say no to just pounding it on a V10. But if you are able to restrain yourself for any period of time, you can actually get pretty decent gas mileage. Not that that's who's buying this thing, but this is easily the best motor ever put into a machine. I bet you they put this thing in a vacuum cleaner, people would pay the premium. Although, the one thing this car will do to you is kind of turn you into a major douchebag. Like, you will just start driving just to get away from all the people who keep crowding around you to look at it. Driving this thing is like, well, probably like running a marathon. I don't know, I've never actually ran a marathon. But I have driven a Lamborghini Gallardo.
Lamborghinis used to be known for the fact that they were very hard to drive, very expensive to fix, but very over the top, and hey, look at me. The Gallardo, on the other hand, is all of those things, but it also comes with the companionship of the fact that it's very nice to be inside of now. We're eating lunch in front of this wonderful car. I am currently at a pizza place in Portland, Oregon, called Vincente's Pizza. Now, they use super fresh ingredients, and the pie runs anywhere from 25 to 30 bucks. Now, clearly, there are cheaper places you can go and buy probably 2 or 3 large-sized pizzas for the same price. But the reason why I come here and pay a little bit more is because the quality is that much better. I need another slice. I need another slice to really make a good conclusion. The Gallardo is the same thing. The reason why you pay that much money is because instead of a V8 with a turbo, or a V6 with a turbo, or a supercharger, or whatever, you get a 5.2 liter V10. You get 560 horsepower. And I would rather spend a little bit more money and have something nicer than buy 2 or 3, I don't know, Lexus ISFs or whatever, and have those.
Exactly.
Yeah, if you come to Vincente's, get the potato, lamb, and ham. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching. Please like us, and as always, subscribe.